Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of the Magic Arena Run. Let's move that camera a little bit. And here we are with the last of the festival events. Actually no, there's one more event after this. It is quite different from the festivals. So this is the last but not the least. It's the Brokers Festival event. It shows us a Corrupt Court official, but it's actually Falco Sparrow's ability. So you can look at the top part of your library anytime. So that always works. And you may cast spells from the top of your library, so just cast spells. You don't get land plays. That's an important distinction. By removing a counter from a creature you control, in addition to paying their other costs. So I actually thought of using some cards with combining this with certain artifacts, enchantments, whatnot. But no, it has to be on creatures. So that is another limiting factor. There was only one family left we didn't play with, and it's the Cabaretti, and they are relatively a fine fit here. So the main idea is to keep stacking counters on our creatures and try to keep accruing individual advantage along the way. So that's pretty much the main plan. Swarm Shamblers here is pretty much a backup because we're going to get a lot of +1/+1 counters all the way. We're not exactly going with shield counters here. That's more of a broker's thing. I've thought about adding a few cards that do add shield counters, but no, we have enough with the +1/+1. That said, we are doing Skyclave Apparition, Brutal Qatar as part of our removal package. Likewise, Reduced to Memory. Being able to exile is quite important. Wandering Emperor also quite good at exiling things. But otherwise, it's all about stacking them counters and continuing to get the advantage over time. Gala Greeters, really solid here. Catilda Dawnhard Prime also works pretty well as well. And as far as board wipes, we have Divine Purge and Incandescent Aria. Nothing too busted. Sparring Regimen is going to be kind of busted for us here in this case. But otherwise, pretty straightforward. Pretty much straightforward. I'm not going to say that this is probably the best iteration to take. I've seen a lot of different other decks that seem to be pulling their weight. I saw a mono green deck. It was very close. It was a very close one. It really went down to the wire. Jetmir was really solid for us there. We are missing our mana, so this is a bit ask. Also, like our only two play is not. No, we're gonna mulligan. This one's a better keep. We'll probably end up binning Jetmir. Also like that you do get to see what's on top of your library as well, so that's an interesting take. Not liking that, well, we do have Needle Verge Pathway as an option. Not liking that we got all our gain lifelines right away, but we do have the option to go Brutal Qatar. But we can do Brutal Qatar on turn 3 if we need to. If our opponent is not that aggro enough, we can do Ranger class and just play Rugged Highlands. Opponent probably has something. Luminarch Aspirant. I think we can take the time. I'm not so sure if this is correct. Our opponent might have, say, an Angel Fire Ignition, which is a big blowout for us. Well, I wouldn't say a big blowout. It's a minor setback. And we will have Brutal Qatar to stall it out for the time being. Selfless Samurai. So our opponent can Eater of Virtue. Opponent going for the Boros aggro strats. Okay. Actually quite happy our opponent decided to stack it there. We are heavy on white, and we have our double red or red. We have double white also. Now our opponent can just choose to sack the Selfless Samurai right away. No, probably not, which makes sense. We will swing with the Wolf. We have 3 points of life as a cushion right now. If our opponent's play is just to equip Eater of Virtue, then we are relatively set. Okay, Goro not the best play here. Halvar. Ooh, now that's a classic if I've ever seen one. And but not stacking. So at the beginning of each combat, so they can just choose to move it then and there. Angel Fire Ignition doesn't quite help us. We actually kind of need more lands at this point. But I think we also need the Reduce to Memory, so we're going to take that. I'm tempted to just pump Ranger class, but we can kind of wait on that, I guess. So opponent knows we are going to probably Reduce to Memory their Halvar. Oh yes, it has to be attached to a creature, so they did have to spend that one. Am I gonna take 14? No, I'm probably just gonna block with the wolf token. This doesn't have trample. We are missing that extra land. That is an issue. Because I would love to be able to Reduce to Memory and hit Ranger class, but that's going to set us back a turn. Rabbit Battery is kind of fine. We are missing our lands, but there is an Incandescent Arya, so that's... So we are going to end up wiping our board here. Ew. And if we do Reduce to Memory, this stays alive. Let's see how our opponent moves it. Like moving it onto Ether so that the Ether gets haste. That is a consideration. I'm probably still gonna swing anyway. Opponent's gonna auto trade, which makes sense. What does it give it first strike? No, it gives it double strike. Yeah, all of these have double strike. Something, yeah, so we kind of goofed up there. We had to nuke Halvar right away. But yeah, missing our mana is going to be an issue here. We're going to try to see if we can trade off the token. We might even trade the Brutal Qatar at this point. But we're going to try to trade for this token if possible. Although maybe I don't trade the Selfless Samurai because it does give it indestructible. I think I can find a better time for that. Please swing with this token. Yes, swings with the token. Opponent should know something is up. My other concern is if our opponent decides to play creatures with a backside bigger than 3. But it looks like our opponent's just gonna let it go. Yeah. Unfortunately, missing our land drops is probably gonna get us killed here. Wandering Emperor. Now, our opponent will take 2. You know, opponent will take 3, gain 2, so... Okay, not too bad. Yeah, but missing land's still an issue. I might have to play Showdown. Oh, opponent let it go! They didn't sacrifice it. Okay. Okay, not too bad. Our opponent can attack us with a hasty 4/2 Samurai though, so that is an issue. Yeah. Oh, Goldspan Dragon. Yeah, missing lands gonna be our biggest weakness here.
I have got new moves to teach you.
So there's our land, and ETB's tapped also. I might have to play it anyway. But we're gonna be taking quite a bit of a beating here. Okay, so Allenbach escorts. Not the worst play. I probably could even just let that go. So next turn we're gonna draw a elite spellbinder. I could go angel. Oh wow! Look at all them dragons. So 12, 13. Yeah, we're gonna go down to 1. No double strike, thank goodness. But this is, yeah, we're gonna lose this one. Tough break. We do need all 6 mana if we're gonna make this plus this work. It doesn't give vigilance, that's an issue. So I can go 2, 3, 4. So I can choose to cast a Fragment Reality. Well, I'm dead either case. Or I can choose Elite Spellbinder, swing. I guess we do Elite Spellbinder. That's still a that's still a counter. Gives us a blocker. Does our opponent have Valorous Stance? Gains Indestructible. The indestructible part's not relevant for us. The relevant part is the life gain. The opponent blocks, of course. So the life gain is probably the more important part for us. We are gonna be forced to block Yo. So we're taking 5 again. Opponent did not activate this. So we're definitely casting Ignition. We're also gonna get the... Let's see, because if our opponent goes for the token, we might have to Fragment Reality the token. Yeah, we're probably gonna Fragment Reality the token here.
Let your blade do the talking.
Let's see if they figure out to eat your virtue. Now it doesn't. That does not give vigilance, so that's a good news. That's good news for us. So we still get that effect. I don't want our opponent to load up their board, but I. And this is an instant. Okay, opponent actually lets it go. So I'm actually gonna just give ourselves extra life. Exile Yo. Opponent gets something at random. It's a Core Blade Master. That's perfect. Opponent probably wants to equip Eater of Virtue there now. But now we have a sufficiently sized blocker. If our opponent has removal, we're dead anyway though. We might have to do Felidar Retreat. Okay. Now this one way to get us killed, so we need. We will need more removal, which unfortunately we don't quite have. Yeah, we are short on spot removal, so that is going to be an issue. Okay, so down to 1 again. It's really bad. Also, they have a Den of the Bugbear they can just activate. And they have a ton of mana. Rahilda, that's a problem. Yeah. We're going to need to hit either... we used up our Brutal Qatar already, so we're going to need to hit our... We're going to... No, Skyclave Apparition doesn't hit this either. Yeah, I think that's it for our removal. We got Sparring Regimen. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. We already used... Okay, so this doesn't do it. This doesn't quite do it either. Torrents doesn't really do it. Yeah, now I wish I had the... We have Conjuration. Yeah, we're dead either case. So... Let's see if we probably end up scrying. Yeah, let's bend that to the bottom. Can't cast Aiganjo. Might as well nuke this. But yeah, we're not. Yeah, we're just gonna swing and concede. Yeah, very close, but no dice. Well, that didn't quite pan out so well. Maybe we should find room for more spot removal. A lot of our removal is contingent on getting an aggressive board setup. We really fell behind that in that game. But not dissuaded. Let's keep going. Yeah, we have a bit of fight. Arnie slays the trolls fight. Okay, this is... Okay, there's a little bit of a glitch here, but yeah, we have our tree lands, and we have Jugan on top. We're keeping this. Bit awkward. Yeah, a bit awkward that we're hitting all our tap lands. Opponent hits a ranger class. We can just lead on escort though. Can't exactly slay the troll. We can do Jugan if we need to ramp. Opponent probably just gonna beat us down with a tree. Yeah, we're gonna take. So hit the Wandering Emperor, which we can't quite cast yet. We can play this for 3 mana, but what does it? It nets us Jugan. We probably want double. Yeah, we're gonna take the reduce to memory. It's always good to have removal. So next turn we can go. Opponent has Kadama, so they. Yeah, we had that same idea in mind. I can just, well, I can't double block anymore. Actually, I don't see the point in blocking anymore. Opponent's gonna get the land off this one, which is a bit annoying. Okay, cast it off the top. Not the worst that could happen. I'm tempted to go Raiju immediately, but just gonna pass. Also note is that we can look at our own top card. We don't get to see the opponent's top card, so I don't know if they're gonna figure this out. Let's see who they triggered on there.
I'm not overconfident. You're just underwhelming.
Okay, let's go.
This is what you get for hurting my people.
Not so sure if that is correct. But yeah, we are actually having a bit of a slow start here. Opponent has a sack effect? Opponent does have a fight effect. Okay, but so we got that out of the way. Ooh, that's gonna be a bit of a beating for us though. Let's see. And has to play with fire. Okay, so we're losing out to 3-6. We already played the land. Might as well just play Juban. Yeah, it looks like we're losing. Goldspan Dragon again. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So I'm gonna be kind of forced to block. Yeah, we never got started here. Yeah, look. Yeah, we never really got started. Kind of getting hurt by our own ETB tap lands. That's a bit zero. So yeah, not good. We're just doing everything in response, but we are going to lose this one. Wow, we just lost to a fast start here. Can't. This might not be the. I'm starting to doubt it. I did have very good games on testing. So what gives? Did we just run into everyone that just goes aggro, or do we really need to go first and we ought to lose if we don't? Hard to say. Hard to say. Or maybe we should mulligan aggressively if we need to have our 1-2-3 start. Okay, not okay. Actually, close to a 1-2-3 start. I will have to play Rockfall Veil to get Swarm Shambler down, but I can do Swarm Shambler Fragment Reality if it comes to that. We have a Boseiju on incoming, so we know that much. Oh, now we're drawing all our lands. So if we don't... Now, if our opponent decides to target this, we do get a consolation prize 1/1. So not the worst. Okay, now this is a different take. They probably have a 1-drop. Expendable Lackey. Okay, not... Oh, now we're drawing all our lands. This is not so good. So, target creature control whenever... Oh, it's target creature or spell an opponent controls. But we do have a sequence here. Yeah, but we do need to stop drawing lands now. Now we have the opposite problem. Boseiju does not answer the token. Opponent is playing a lot of basics right now though, so they might just be straight blue-black. Yeah, I will play Den of the Bugbear next turn. We do get to add red. We can actually... Opponent just goes for the lackey. So I do have to play this now.
You want to fight me and my pack? Who's coming?
Now, we just gave our opponent the chance to snipe Arlen, but that's fine. We got our wolves already. I'm already trying to think. Now there is certain removal that can work against us here. Shadow's Verdict's one of them. I might spread the Angel Fire Ignition to love a little bit. If they decide to target the Swarm Shambler, we will gain 2 life instead of 3. Let's come see, come saw. And so far, our opponent hasn't played anything that looks like we need to snipe with Boseiju, so we might actually just play the Boseiju instead of Eiganjo. Eiganjo might be more relevant for us here. There was an argument for playing Arlen and just doing the +1 instead. Opponent goes Baleful Mastery. Okay. Okay. Still drawing too many lands. Now I do have the option of just going Den of the Bugbear instead, but gonna kind of try to go for the throat here a little bit. Gonna spread it out a bit. Our opponent is not going to be able to do Meathook Massacre X equals 4. They could do an X equals 3, so this wolf kind of dies, but I need to hedge between spot removal and, which our opponent clearly has, and board wipes. Also, opponent has to contend that they know we have another Angel Fire Ignition on standby. Imrit. Not exactly the scare. Well, we also got Fleetfoot Dancer, but probably want to set that up another time. Now I could swing with this, go take our opponent. I could swing with all of these. Opponent would be forced to block. Well, they can also block with this. Yeah, we'll just swing regular. I don't think our opponent's gonna attack with Imrit anytime soon. But again, we're not gonna allow ourselves to. Yeah, I really don't think they're gonna swing with Imrit. Imrit's gonna be on the defensive. Blood in the Snow is plausible. It will wipe our board completely, but they don't benefit from it, and we do have a Fleetfoot Dancer on standby. Also, I noticed that well, our first opponent did get quite a bit of use from the emblem. Second opponent, not quite getting any use from the emblem. We're getting some use here and there, so this emblem not exactly. I think everyone's getting use just from looking at the top card. That's probably the most important thing there. Also, we gained quite a lot of life just from the Angel Fire Ignition. Okay, opponent letting it go. Now this... I'm willing to swing with these two because our opponent has... Okay, returns Baleful Mastery, so let's say they take this out. Okay, we do get to draw a card, so we don't even need to expend it. Well, not that we're gonna... Oh, opponent's going for that. Okay. So, opponent goes down to 3. So let's see if our opponent has another escape key here. Because we can, because now Den of the Bugbear is lethal as well. Crippling Fear. Okay, so we lose these two, get something back. They can name Dragon, but they probably will not swing either way. They might still have an out for the token. You're supposed to name anything but that. No, you're thinking Witch's Vengeance. Wrong card. Wrong card, wrong card. You're not supposed to name Spirit. You're supposed to name anything but Spirit. Unless your plan was for this to remain exiled the whole time. Yeah, that's a big oops. I agree. I don't think I want... Nope. Let's leave it at that. Our opponent already figured their mistake. So, snooping Newsy, buy some time. Ooh, those are really mean cards. Opponent's swinging because they might as well. Wow, we're really just drawing lands. So now our opponent has... Yeah, our opponent would have to block 2 creatures and have removal. Our having removal is still plausible. In fact, they could have just bounced this Skyclave Apparition. So thank goodness for our opponent's mistake. That kind of saved us the game. And I'm pretty sure our opponent will not make that mistake ever again. So we're still a bit of a ways away from getting our 3 remaining wins. Let's hope that things pan out. Definitely Angel Fire Ignition is a big blowout here. So we have a Halana Alena incoming. I'm taking a risk keeping this only because we know we have Catilda. We can do Catilda. We can also just wait for our opponent to... no, probably not gonna wait. We'll do Catilda. If our opponent has removal for this, it's sad. We might even have to Guiding Voice. This is probably gonna be one of the worst keeps if our opponent does answer Catilda. Nope, that's Rigo. That does not answer Catilda. Okay, now we know we have a land on top. Let's not wait for things to go out of hand. So, Toski's a problem. Borrowed Time March, not so much. Opponent's missing green mana, but I'm not going to wait for our opponent to hit it. I'd rather force our opponent to spend on other things. So, yeah, interesting. I kind of had the sense they were going to hit that green mana. So they're going to do Borrowed Time probably on the Spellbinder. Sure, they get to hit us for 2. Yeah, now we're missing land drops. Now our opponent can respond to this. Let's see. But we can kind of blow them out with the Snakeskin Veil. Let's see how they... They also have to exile a card. So not too bad for us. Opponent's thinking, come on. They exiled the more expensive one, sure. So we get to learn also. We definitely have to take Environment. I could take Containment Breach. But we need land. I'm taking... Never mind. Opponent conceded. So... So very solid landing there. Some... Yeah, Snakeskin Veil is gonna really save our boot a bit here. It's on team. That's why I'm running it. Hey, Endless Detour. There are some cards that I'm kind of regretting putting in here. The Avabrock Caretaker really feels like a win more in this particular one. I don't... It's not often that most of the games are going to be aggro and early. I think the Caretaker's not gonna land. Okay, so we got Courtyard into Den. We are drawing a cave next turn, so we are gonna keep this. So the question, yeah, because this will... Intrepid Adversary, not the worst. Unfortunately, our mana kind of is. So we're going to have to give our opponent a little bit of life gain for the time being. Yeah, well... Into Torrents. Ooh, that's going to be a problem. Okay. Oh, we're going to give up the... Okay, we definitely need green here. And... Yeah, we can do Guiding Light, but... Let's save that for our other plan. Also because we do have... Oh no, that was Cabaretti Charm. That was not Aria. Opponent going into the Fearless Fledgling plan. So this is gonna grow. We have to snipe Torrents first. Yeah, miss mana, you kind of lose. If our opponent does have, yeah. Now it's our turn to well, it's karma. Now it's our turn to concede. But yeah, but seriously, we were missing a lot of land drops. I would say that this is a very mana hungry version of the deck. I'd probably find ways to go. I'd probably try to find ways to go cheaper here. Like there are a lot of tree drops I am willing to probably give up. Like Jugan Defense a Temple, I probably would give that up for maybe even Careful Cultivation or something like that. Torrents, that's an easy give up. It worked well for our opponent, but probably but not necessarily well for us. Okay, this is definitely keepable. So we are running 2 tap lands though. And we do want to dig for another land, so at least Forsaken Crossroads not too bad. Luminancer, it's kind of fine. I actually want to keep that land on top. We have Kami's Flare, that's the only reason I'm keeping this up. I want to see if our opponent drops, say, the Leonin Light Scribe or starts buffing. Okay, that's not it. Hopeful initiate. So we can lead on needle pillar verge pathway for that matter. Probably gonna go elite spellbinder, start sniping their spells. Escort and Raptor. The escort is actually gonna be more annoying. I think our opponent's just doing all 1-drops. Let's see what their missing card is. I know they're gonna play this. They could also easily just play this, so nope, they're going for the Raptor. So we hit our Felidar Retreat. We're gonna just do Forsaken Crossroads. Probably need white again. Gonna keep Arnie on top. We have Fragment Reality, so probably just gonna wait on that. I probably don't even want to use Arnie Slays the Troll, just because it could be a blowout. I probably would rather do Showdown. It will help us draw into our next mana. It actually works well if we don't cast Fragment. Well, maybe not. We might hit a different mana. Opponent goes Guiding Voice. Well, we denied a couple of things, which is quite good here. Opponent swings, I might even block the Hopeful Initiate. Because we have Arnie Slays the Troll, we can just drop that. We'll be left with double white. Now we take. Also, because our opponent can play the Escort, that only gives Indestructible, but not much. Well, Indestructible and Lifelink doesn't give Vigilance. Even though it itself has Vigilance. Opponent doesn't even play it. Opponent concedes right away. Wow. That was fast. But we're gonna try to go for one more game. I think we had one game where everything went our way, and we just had 2 games where our opponents just conceded right off the bat. So we're gonna do one more. See if this pans out. I probably would say that it's a bit sad that we kind of ending the festivals on a bit of a damper here. The Riveteers on the Maestros on Riveteers, that one was still fine, even though our gameplay was not perfect there. Cabaretti on the Brokers Festival, we had a decent concept. Okay, we have green. We have a Fragment Reality. Although we are gonna be playing it late, we will keep though. We have all 3 colors. That's the least we could ask for. Also, Needle Verge Pathway is also something we can ask for as well. Let's see. Does our opponent have a 2-drop? Gala Greeters. That is definitely worth nuking. We should set this up on green. And we're not gonna wait because this is. Oh wait, we can wait a bit. It's ETB. It's ETB. It's not cast. Opponent does have an Iron Apprentice. So, but we do have the Igneous Inspiration, which we are going to. I really wish I could just play the Evolving Wilds right now, but not the case here. Oh. Although, let's see. Is there another card that I would probably want? Opponent has an Iron Apprentice. We are about to draw a ton of lands. Taking the Mascot Exhibition only because... okay, cool beans. Okay, probably not gonna. I definitely want to draw Halana Elena, so we're just gonna play the wedding announcement. I could also play the Cabaretti charm, dump a bunch of tokens. Ashaya. Ooh, that's a problem. I guess we take for now. So Torrent's not exactly gonna help us. 5, 6. Yeah, I would probably want to bin Torrents next time. Patilda is nice. I can go Sparring Regimen, but doesn't also it doesn't really help us all because it's target non-land permanent. So like if I view the, so let's see, can we view the sideboard here? Yeah, if we view sideboard and double check, it's non-land permanent, so Ashaya kind of ruins it for us. This doesn't really help us that much. Yeah, we're just gonna drop Halana Elena. The only good news is no trample quite as of yet. Opponent is gonna take a dump on us soon. Not okay. Bad. It's bad, but not too bad. Takes out the wedding announcement. Not the worst thing that could happen. We still need to hit removal for this, which is pretty much brutal Qatar. Oh, never mind. So now we have to rely on the Cabaretti charm to kind of get us out of jail. There is not gonna do it. Yeah, it looks like everyone is playing Ashaya. What gives? But then again, it does make sense. Ashaya does blank a lot of removal. So we're just gonna use the Cabaretti charm, keep us alive, but I don't think we're gonna. Opponent has a lot of removal. Wow. So that's removal, removal, removal. Okay. If that last card is yet more removal. Okay, not quite. But yeah, it looks like everyone's running Ashaya all of a sudden. I probably would already start changing my removal suite. And that's an opponent who's actually managed too many lands. Yeah, didn't have much in the tank on that one. Yep, I think we definitely need to have more removal, a lot more, and it needs to be able to hit large creatures. So we'll try one more, but definitely Fateful Absence comes in. The Kami's Flare can kind of go, it's awfully weak. Igneous Inspiration can kind of go also kind of weak in that respects. We can easily make this deck main white. Okay, so we have green, white, so we do. And also note, opponent starting again. So, but then again, it is what it is. Taking a mulligan. We are definitely keeping ours though. We are short in red for Jetmir, but we know we can land Catilda into Spellbinder and even have. Well, we would be 1 mana shy for Evolving Wilds, but we will have the double white. And the wedding announcement's not bad either. So we can choose between Catilda Wedding Announcement or Catilda Elite Spellbinder based on the situation. Opponent goes Monk. They probably have a second spell. Rune of Safety. Doesn't... So we definitely want to hold on to... Ooh, Angel Fire Ignition's there too. But let's play Lair. Let's play Catilda first. I might even consider Evolving Wilds, but I definitely want to probably just play the Plains. Hold up Wandering Emperor. Emperor will bypass this shield counter here. And I think our opponent is going to stack as much as possible. We're going to take that hit. Opponent does not stack as much as possible. We have a Jetmir's Garden coming up top. This does not have Vigilance. I'm going to see if the coast is clear. Let's just drop the Elite Spellbinder. So, Lord Konda, actually a very good exile effect. I would... might be worth keeping, now that I think of it. So, we're gonna take the hit here for sure. So once we draw the Jetmir's Garden, we're actually gonna go Evolving Wilds. Opponent actually casting off the top. So they're gonna go for the 1/2. It will give this a counter. Or are they gonna hold, expecting me to have a big... Well, I will have a big creature eventually. Okay, they took care of Catilda. Not the worst yet. Well, actually, it's a little bit bad for us because now... Okay, we know they have this. So I'm more inclined to cast Wedding Announcement. It will set us up for Jetmir next turn, though. Yeah, Guiding Voice not so bad either. So we can do Jetmir's Garden, Guiding Voice, Angel Fire Ignition. We can do it all on the token, I guess. I don't think our opponent might not swing with Usher. Yeah. Our opponent have even more removal. Fateful Absence. Could be worse. Could be worse. Opponent, yeah, they're gonna cast it now just to get the counter here. Okay, we have Halana Elena on coming up. Let's see, they might hit their 6th mana. Okay, they hit their 6 mana, air quotes. Okay, opponent passes. Yeah, they suspect that we do have a Wandering Emperor. And this one could hit it. Let's not play it right away. Not so sure if that's correct though. Okay, that's good. We got the Forsaken Crossroads up top. Into more land. We'll probably set this on red, and we'll probably untap. I'm gonna do it separately here because our opponent might have... Okay, they don't have the removal spell. We're going Mascot Exhibition. So we can spread the counters. And this way we get to draw one card. Opponent going for the trade. Okay. Okay, two Rugged Highlands. But we're probably going to play Sun... Actually, we might not necessarily even play the Sundown Pass. If we choose to play any of these other cards... Yeah, opponent might... Well, this has Flash, but they are drawing a ton of lands at this point. Casting it off the top. It doesn't really help their Monk because Halana Elena has first strike. Opponent really decide... okay, they're going for just one. So what is this 3-mana spell? Circle of Confinement. It nukes the token, which is not the worst thing that could happen. Okay, so definitely want to play this one. I don't have the 3 or more creatures. I guess we just do our 3 or more creatures now. So this gives it haste, so... This will force our opponent to cast Wandering Emperor, exile the token. Ignition does not give flying despite the picture of the Griff, but it does give it a whole lot of everything else. And yeah, opponent concedes right there. So basically, it's just turboing up to Mascot Exhibition, trying to get us, and trying to hold the fort in the time being. So knowing what we know now, shame we didn't get to see Gala Greeters. That one really works well, but we did have a lot of duds in this deck. So do exercise caution running this. I would probably run more removal and less of the meme creatures. I would definitely cut Torrents. But otherwise, not too shabby. We do have a concept, and at least we know we can get it to work. That's going to be it for this episode of the Magic Arena Run. If you like what you saw, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, turn on notifications and whatnot. Hope to see you again in the next Turf Wars, and we might have other content as well once these events are wrapped up. Until then, thank you so much for watching. Hope to see you guys again next time. Take care. God bless. Stay safe wherever you are. Have a great week, everyone. Take care.